Derek, okay, so it's test number one. I've got the Worx compressor, which is here, and we're going to attempt to pump up this now flat bicycle tyre. Now, I have to report that the first problem that I've had is that the unit comes with this little set of tools here, which will convert from the car end, which is the standard, to something else. And obviously, I wanted to have a road bike. I think it's presser end, and it came with this little gadget here, and I attempted to put this onto the bicycle. I think I've broken it. There's a little rubber washer there. It sat on there very stiffly, and it then flew off. The rubber washer has come out and it's already broken. So 0 out of 10 for the actual conversion from car valve to road bicycle tyre valve. So that's a complete fail. However, the outgoing unit didn't have a very good one either, and so from an old track pump, I have got a car valve end to bicycle end converter. So I'm going to use that converter that's not supplied with this unit. So if you intend to use this with bicycles, you may need a similar gizmo yourself, and I believe they're available on eBay, by the way. You can buy these converters on eBay. Okay, with that said, let's try pumping it up. So I'm going to power it on. I set it to 75 psi. It's reading 0 because it's not plugged in yet. I'm going to do the faffing around, which is to attach this to the end. It's very stiff, but there you go. Close it down. It's completely flat tyre. Holding it on because it's fairly loose fitting. This is timed out already. I'll just switch it on again. It's remembered the old pressure, and I'm pressing play. 3, 2, 1, go. Very fast. 20, 30, 40, 50. 75. Wow. So yeah, feels like it's a good 75 psi. Cap goes on. So the first test is very positive in that it's much quicker than I expected. The unit that I've been raving about for so long, which is this Oasser unit, was, I think, less than half as quick as that. So that's important, because when you're pumping up an SUP, you really need a large volume of air. So let's move on to something more challenging. Okay, Darren, we're in the cave, and test number 2 is going to be the pumping of the SUP. So we bought on Amazon a little converter gizmo, which converts from the kind of standard but sort of proprietary SUP, stand-up paddle end, to a car valve, and that's this gizmo here. So with the valve released so that I can get in and out and have it seal, I'm putting that to 90 degrees. Actually, I found out this is very tight, so I'm going to screw this in like that. This does feel quite fragile, and there's presumably a rubber inside here, and I don't know how long that's going to last. Anyway, let's do that, and then it's going to work on an SUP. It wouldn't work on a car because you can't really rotate it so much. Right, there we go. So now we're in business, shall we say. The pressure here is a maximum of 12 psi, so I'm going to set it to 10. So we're on. It's set to 75, so we're obviously not going to choose that. We're going to go down to 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, and we're going to make it 10. And if you recall, the Oasser device just didn't have the oomph to inflate this at all. So let's start now. Okay, so the situation is we've made no progress with that pump at all. We left it running for a few minutes. So we're going to try and do a 60-minute pump with the mechanical supplied pump.
60 seconds.
So here's the pump, and my charming assistant is going to give me a countdown, and then we're going to do 60 seconds of pumping, and then we're going to see how much a manual pump is going to give us. Okay?
3, 2, 1, go.
I can see the end of the SUP moving. The end of the SUP at the end is moving. I can definitely tell air's going in. How many seconds?
30 seconds.
Oh, I've got a failure of the hit, right?
10 seconds left.
Oh, I'm getting tired.
Okay, stop.
Okay, so that was 1 minute of mechanical pumping with a small failure of the pumping mechanism, and the pump is now SUP is now visibly inflated, which it certainly wasn't after a couple of minutes. So it's still not totally hard. So now we're going to try with the pump again and see if we can finish it off, which is what we were sort of able to do with the previous compressor. And before I fluff this up, okay, right, so that's now on. This is powered on again. I'm going to say 10.5 and go. taken 1.5 minutes to do 1.5 psi. I'm not sure why it hasn't stopped because I told it to go to 10.5. Okay, so it stopped on automatic. It was at 10.5. It's now inexplicably gone down to 7.5. Let's see if we can take the valve off and let's do a few perusals around the SUP. Switching it off first. Which didn't work. Okay, that's off. Okay, I'm pressing the power button. And it has turned off. So, let's check the SUP. Wow. That's pretty damn solid. Can I just get a check, please, on the SUP? Good.
The real check is with the manual pump.
How will that check it? Oh, because you won't be able to.
I won't be able
You won't be able to actually put the plunger down. So it appears, as with the previous electrical pump, that this pump can't seem to produce enough volume to actually inflate the SUP. However, with 1 minute of mechanical pumping and then finishing off with this electric pump, I'd say that this is a lot more effective than the previous Oasser pump. When I pumped up the bicycle tyre, it was going at least twice as fast as with the previous electric pump. And it's certainly faster than a cycle track pump. So all in all, I think it's a goer. I think it's superior to the current Oasser pump, and I think I'll be keeping this. So this is the Worx miniature pump. It takes a 20 volt standard Worx battery, and this was about £60 from Amazon, which is a discounted price on the normal £80. That is the retail cost. Okay, Derek, thanks for watching. Okay, Derek, in our final test, we are going to look at the inflation of a car tyre. I've just checked and it's at 27.5 psi. And I'm going to deflate the tyre. I really hope this is going to work, otherwise we're in for a call out to something or other. Feels like a lot of deflation to me. Okay, so it was at 27.5. I checked before I did the deflation. I'm going to plug this in. Now, I did find out this was actually quite easy to go on, which is good, because on the other two devices, those converters that we'd bought, it felt like it was stripping the inside of the rubber, which wasn't good. Right, we're going to power it on. Let's see what happens. There's the unit, powering it on. It says 20.5. I've asked it to get back to 27.5 psi and go! And it's finished. It says it's got to 27.5 psi. Power it off. Hold the button. And so what do I think? Get back on. So yes, so in test number 3, we went from 20 psi to 27.5. in a very short period of time, so it's quite able to pump up a car tyre without any hassle. So car's good, bicycle's good, motorhome not tested, stand-up paddle SUP bad. Okay, Dari, thanks for watching.